Let's play! Whoa!
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play Raging Loop. Last time we left off, we saw exactly what happens when we don't follow directions, now do we? And we took the other path this time around, and we're learning a lot more about the traditions and the history and religion of Yasumizu and the inhabitants and the family guardians and the families themselves. And right now we have an option, whether should we leave Yasumizu or try to leave or stay. Frankly, the way I want to handle this LP and just kind of make progress, basically it's like what the sheep mentioned, that hey, we should probably try dying as often as possible to get more keys to progress the story even further. Granted, we don't need all keys to get the ending, I'm sure, but I like to see everything this game has to offer. So, more than likely, I would imagine by leaving Yasumizu, we would be killed. So, let's go with that option. It was probably best to just leave before I got too deep into this and while it was still bright out. Being left out in the feast hardly guaranteed my safety. I couldn't expect anyone to leave me out, but dropping dead in the middle of nowhere seemed better than getting eaten alive here. After making my decision, I wrapped up my conversation with Shimi, and we returned to her room. She gave me some cup ramen, and it looked like she wouldn't tell me why she hadn't let me eat this dining hall's food until I asked. I didn't want to go any deeper into this than I already was, so I didn't ask. During lunch, Shimi went to the bathroom. That was my chance. I took out a notepad, quickly wrote, "Sorry, I'm leaving," on it, took my stuff, and left the room. Using the mist to my advantage, I passed the inhabitants and headed to the upper parts of the settlement. Alright, I got to the entrance to the mountain path. The road was unpaved and sided by two giant boulders reminiscent of a torii without a top. I could see why everyone was afraid to go beyond this point. The human mountain forest looked both gloomy and scary. But walking further seemed far less risky than staying in this settlement. I walked ahead. And soon had to stop. The road was ruined. A car would have been useless here. So this is why Mamiya-san and Hashimoto-san couldn't leave yesterday and had to spend a night in the van. However, I wasn't exactly heavy, so getting past this was easy. I had no idea why obstacles like this were enough to hold back video game characters. You can easily walk around it. Shit. Though, they could have it worse. There was that one game where there was both an obstacle and an impassable cliff-like mist. I'm not sure which one they're talking about there. Anyway, I kept on walking. Most of the ground here was covered in dead leaves, ferns, and moss, making it really slippery. I supported myself by holding onto nearby saplings, but I ended up breaking a few branches. This mountain seemed completely untouched. Fujiyoshi's people clearly didn't do any forestry. I came across a very steep slope. Climbing up was impossible. I'd come this far avoiding slopes and following the road. But before I knew it, I'd lost sight of the road. It wasn't all that smart, but I decided to keep going up. Logic told me that I'd be closer to Kama Fujiyoshi the higher I got. Seriously, what was up with this mist? I couldn't see anything ahead of me or behind me. I felt like I was swimming through rice water. Or perhaps milk jelly. It seemed like it was heavier than air and too dense to breathe in. I felt like it would congeal around me the moment I stopped moving. What was I thinking? This was reality, and this was just a mist. I walked up the desolate slope and kept walking. I had to constantly remind myself that this was just a mist and this was nothing but reality. I had no idea what happened in the end. I'm a little bit confused. It just kind of... So, he just kept walking and that's it? Game over? You know, I said I wasn't going to watch the hint corners, but I'm a little curious now about what they could possibly reveal. So, let's see here. Hey, done it now, Chief. Let's get a hint. Move on to the next one. Bad ending 04, mysterious death in the forest. Just like the rules say, it seems that you can't flee Yasumizu. I don't know why that is, but you probably wouldn't have believed it for yourself unless you tried it once, would you? Well, Haruaki Fusashi can redo things after he dies, for good or for ill. He can retry as much as he wants till he gets it. If you want to go forward, just go back to 3 Yomi you live blah. Yep. That's the hint? Really? Okay, I mean, it wasn't really a hint. That was just kind of... obvious. And no key. That's kind of the reason why I did it. I figured there'll be just a key, but I guess not. So literally, I just die. There's no... that was a little disappointing, I'm not going to lie. Whatever. I'm glad I showed it off, though. Yeah, it only took like 5 minutes, so go ahead and skip this. Let's go ahead and stay. Being left out of the feast hardly guaranteed my safety. Obviously, escape was the ideal choice, but at this point, I didn't see anyone guiding me out. All I had to look forward to was either dropping dead somewhere in the mountains or becoming a snack in this village. The first seemed way more attractive, but unfortunately, I got attached to the people here. Abandoning them would at least make it hard for me to sleep at night. That's why running away wasn't an option for me. I'll go ahead and ask. Why aren't you letting me eat Yasumizu's stuff? What is this foreshadowing? He noticed? Yeah. I figured I should clear up anything shady before it comes back to bite me. It's scary. You got me. But really, it really is just insurance. A little medicine for the mind. Oh? Tell me more. You know how it can be, right? You eat something from a strange place, and next thing you know, you turn into a pig and you can't run away. What? What? Is this hell or something? I've seen an anime on DVD, by the way. Which way to the bathhouse? Or, you know, the obligatory beach episode. Always. And any anime you watch. Scary, slice of life, serious, funny. Always a beach scene. I can't say it isn't. It seemed like there was some serious overthinking to me, and if not just serious superstition. How long will this last? I brought a ton of food from the outside, so you should be fine for a while. Cup ramen, huh? I did appreciate it, but I had mixed feelings on living like it was the apocalypse over a local superstition. I really wouldn't call it superstition anymore, considering what we just seen, but okay. Anyway, we went to Shiemi's rooms, and she gave me some cup ramen. We agreed I'd pay for it after all this is over. I actually skipped 2 meals, so I was still hungry, but I was used to skipping meals to cut costs, so that wasn't a problem. I wanted to relax and think things over, but Shiemi was curious about the others, and I ended up tagging along. It was probably because I wasn't in a position to be by myself. Oh, welcome. Are you here for lunch? Nope, we're here just to kill time. Can we sit? Of course. I'll bring you some tea. Can I have some just warm water instead? Oh, but tea is good for you. I'm the type who can't sleep if I drink tea. Oh, I see. Warm water it is then. Don't think like we're refusing food from her, and now even the tea. I understand what Shimi said, just to avoid superstition, but frankly, I'm a little iffy about Kiori at this point. I don't know why. I'd have liked if you refused that too. But you use water from here wherever you make cup ramen, right? Oh! You didn't realize that? Maybe it's safe when you boil it? Oh god. Could Hell's water really be purified by boiling? Here you go. I must say, you're quite unfortunate. Your bike was broken and now you're... Oh, it's nothing compared to everyone else here. If I may ask, does this kind of thing happen often? Is it annual or something? I asked something important like it was no big deal. No. It certainly isn't that common. Personally, this is my first feast. I did hear that people died when the mists appeared before, but that was before most of us were here. As in, they hadn't been ostracized back then. I could ask that, but I probably couldn't dig too deep. So, this is a first for many people here, right? Yes, I think so. I see. Well, if that's the case, knowledge of the rules seems strangely well kept. You see that what kind of place this is, don't you? There's not much in the way of entertainment here, so the little ones grow up listening to the tales of their elders. Old tales and songs are always passed down and survive for a long time. Songs? Song. Whoa! The mysterious Miko-chan popped out of nowhere. I learned a song. Oh my, you did? Could you sing it for us? She nice sun guardians are. Look at her happy. 1 cake, 2 funky, 3 blow, 4 writer. Cake, funky, blow, and writer? So, was it about a guy who had a funky birthday party of cake and ended that night on a happy note? Maybe, depending on how you ask. Yeah, sure. The melodies seem familiar, though. Well, I don't know it, because I turned off the damn voice, so I apologize. Guess it was just a little too difficult for her. Miko, so this is where you were. Ah. Her guardian came soon after. Oh my, I'm sorry. We just had lunch, so the place is a bit of a mess. Kyorio Ruby-san humbled herself. Oh no, I'm the one who should apologize. I let Miku wander off here. No need for that. It's a difficult time for us all. You're free to come here and relax whenever you like. Very well. A silent thud. And a loud one. The woman just collapsed. Are you okay? Oh dear, are you hurt? Apparently, she wasn't trying some unique form of relaxation. She just tripped on a rail for the door. Oh, it hurts. And here I thought, like, she was, like, super, super serious and, like, you know... Oh, then again, look at the tutorial. She was being funny there. She put her hands on her throbbed nose and became teary-eyed. The lady's mysterious vibe crumbled in an instant. The woman noticed my surprise and pouted. She might have been more expressive than I realized. Please don't look at me like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, this is the first time we've talked. You might be right. My apologies. Huh? For what? I got you involved in this. Yeah, she did tell me just to run and all that. It was a little weird. Oh yeah, you told me to run away. I saw the evening mists come, but I hoped you could escape. Oh, so that's how it was. A part of me thought you foretold the future or something. Uematsu isn't the Lookout family. Now that sounds significant. What does that mean? This isn't something we can share with outsiders. Crap. Shimi's lack of reserve made me forget my boundaries here. I'm sorry. You're wearing some strange clothes, so I thought you were a Shinto priestess or something. Oh, I'm not that important. Haruaki-san, don't bother Rikako-san too much. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Rikako-san. Oh, you just call me by my first name. Oh, sorry. Shimi called her that way, so I thought it was okay. Man, this was confusing. I'm not that bothered. Sorry about that. Huh. You two are getting along. I'd appreciate it if she didn't put me in a weird situation. I'm going back. What about you, Miko? I'll stay a bit longer. I see. But come back before evening. And so she left. She's a bit weird, but still cute, right? She is. She's cute, right? Is she? Which one is it? That's my question. Natural beauties have it good. They look young and pretty no matter how old they get. Well, that was some bait. I'll bite. How old is she? I don't know. I'm pretty sure she's younger than 30, but she's definitely older than me. That's older than expected. I know, right? She's so little. And did you see that baby face? By the way, is she... hello? We're now joined by the students. Mom, can we come in now? Oh, Yasunaga Haru-chan, welcome. Hey, you. Yep, I'm you, at your service. Are you messing with me? I was, actually. What is it, Haru-chan, Makishima-san? You almost called me Haru-chan, didn't you? We've only just met. You don't do that. It's unreasonable. Calm down. Hysteric heroines aren't popular, you know. You're still messing around. I came here to say something to you. Her behavior was pretty unreasonable too, to be honest, but instead of pointing it out, I just corrected my posture and waited to hear what she had to say. You're getting too close to Shioni. She's pretty busy, so you should leave her alone and do your own thing. You were busy? I wouldn't say so. Even if she has some free time, she's a lady, so you need to be considerate and keep your distance. It's the mature thing to do. Well, that's true. Well, if you agree, then just go away somewhere. This is why adults are so unfair, filthy, and annoying. Yes, I am a filthy old man. Gah! Haru-chan, wait, Haru-chan, did you really come with me just to say that? Oh, Mom, I have a message from Takumi-ni. What is it? We'll be going to sleep early for a while, so maybe we should have packed lunches. Oh, that's true. I should hurry and start making the rice. Also, Fusashi-san, take this. Voom voom? Me? I was busy deflecting Haru-chan's attacks with my stupidity barrier, so being dragged into the conversation surprised me a little bit. He gave me a rather dirty, rusty, cheap-looking cylindrical key. It wasn't even attached to a keychain. It's the key to the dorm. Takumi-ni said he got it from Taiba. Huh? Why'd he do that? He said he felt pretty bad about making him sleep outside last night. What a sincere and considerate person. He really is. People like him make living in a place like this far easier. Mom, you really... Oh, the rice! With an awkward smile on her face, Koyori-san went back to the kitchen. I'm sorry you had to see that. Don't worry, I'm just a clueless outsider. I made a blatant lie. Everyone could tell that Kiori-san and Takumi-san would make a nice couple. Oh, wait, I'm talking about Haru-chan too. Hey, stop picking a fight with the outsider. Hey, he's bothering you too, isn't he? Not really. Anyway, if you don't have anything to do with the feast, then just get out. Stop it already! Why? Fusashi-san is a victim. Don't be so heartless. What the hell? You're such a dummy! Oh, this is such a mess. They had to stop fighting about me. We had a innocent little girl here. Also, Chiimi's info was confirmed to be true. Trying to escape seemed dangerous, and recommending it was heartless. Basically, getting out of here was difficult. That made me all the more grateful for the room. I'd been so busy trying to understand what was going on in this place, I didn't even consider how to deal with myself. I'd have to thank Takumi-san. Calm down, you two. Haru-chan, wanna play with Chiini? Play what? A prayer to Shinai. How? Now? Seriously? I want to show Miko-chan how it's supposed to be done. Bah? That's fine. But wow, you really care about stuff like this, huh? Yeah, kinda. Something was about to begin. No longer center of attention, I began drinking the hot water Kiori-san placed before me. The teacup had a strange symbol enameled at the bottom. It looked like a family crest. So what is that, like 2 crescent moons, like inverted or facing away from each other, and the leaves? I guess? Yasunaga-kun, what's this mean? Oh, that's one of the Kamifujiyoshi head family crests. She should just throw it away. His harsh tone made it pretty likely that it was the crest of the Higuchi family. The ones who banished them here. Haru-chan moved the chair and sat down in front of Shiime. Can I play the man's role? Sure. Let's go. 1, 2... And now they're singing. Shiine's guardians are 1, snake, 2, monkey, 3, crow, 4, spider. They started playing an action rhyme, much like Ring Around the Rosie or London Bridge is Falling Down. Fully in sync, they clapped, slapped their knees, clapped again, joined hands, etc., all according to the rhythm. And there was no mistaking it. This is actually the song I heard yesterday morning. 5, prepare for the feast when the evening mists arrive. 6, the badger runs along late with Nair as a fix. They were doing it pretty quickly, so I couldn't see everything, but it was definitely complex. They even raised fingers and made fist bumps. Also, I was pretty sure I'd heard that part somewhere. Yeah, that's what yeah, there you go. Oh. 7, the corrupt Yamibito rise to oppose the mountain. Now, suddenly the song changed in tone. The movements switched up, too. Haru-chan hit her face, and Shiime stood up a bit and grabbed her by the shoulders. 8, death of the damned Yamibito is the mandate. Similar line, but the roles switched. 9, 1 soul per day now to bind. 10, the mists now rise away again. They returned to the same tone of movements as before, but then, at a slightly awkward point, the song suddenly ended. Then, they quickly stood up and... Yay! It's been so long since I did that, so I kind of panicked. Apparently they were done. You see that, Miko-chan? This is how it's done. Wow, you're so fast, I couldn't see it all. Alright, Haru-chan. Teach it to Miko-chan. What? Me? Teach me. Well, alright. Yasukun, there's something I want to talk to you about. Shimi's tone was serious. What is it? Yasunaga-kun instantly understood that it was important, but he seemed to be mindful of me. If it's about the feast, I shouldn't be here, right? Sorry. Shimi gave me a meaningful look as I left. She'd probably tell me something next time we met. I'm heading out then. Very well. You take care now. Kiori-san stuck her head out and said goodbye to me as I left the dining hall. I put together what I learned. The settlement's beliefs, circumstances, and the inhabitants' stances. However, Shime was really the only one I could directly get info from. I couldn't account for any biases she might have had. The other inhabitants, albeit to varying degrees, didn't trust me. I could probably have decent talks with Yasunaga-kun, but this situation seemed to be similar to Chiimi's. I'd have liked to get info from the elders. Maybe my best opinion was to somehow join the feast myself? From what Shiime has told me, the feast was a really vile and dangerous tradition. And that didn't change even when you consider the tales and that there had already been lynchings because of this. Normally, something so brutal would have changed and become some harmless festival by now. How did such a tradition survive in a modern day despite murder and lynchings being completely illegal? Was this place simply beyond the reach of the law or something? Or... it's because she saw God. Or because you'd actually get cursed if you didn't do what the tales told you to. How stupid. Then again, I couldn't really write it off. My stance on gods and monsters was basically that. As long as they could be seen, I was willing to accept their existence. The belief that nothing was beyond the comprehension of modern science was narrow-minded at best. New technologies and methods could easily reveal things that were previously undetectable. This had happened many times throughout human history. The idea that there were strange animals, ghosts, or aliens that were simply beyond our current abilities to perceive was entirely plausible. However, there was disappointing realities too. For example, the original story about something mysterious could have easily been a lie, trick, misunderstanding, or misinformation. Generally speaking, the mysteries of the world all turn out to be one of those. Science disproved things far more often than it confirmed them, which is pretty damn boring. Surely, even Houdini, famous for exposing mediums and other frauds, wanted to believe in psychic phenomena. He'd searched the world in the hopes of meeting a real medium, but each he found proved to be fake in the end. You know, it actually reminds me of, unfortunately I forgot the man's name. He did recently pass away, maybe like a year or two back, but he was known to expose so-called people who are like psychics or had some type of psychic powers, and he would do it all on TV. He would actually like bring up like a bounty, like $1 million or something. He would offer it to them if he could not explain what they were doing. And every single time he exposed each of them being a fake. It was really interesting, but unfortunately I can't remember the man's name. If you guys know what I'm talking about, feel free to put it in the comments. But yeah. Well, considering I'd actually seen something that shouldn't have existed, you could say that I was in a way more exciting situation than him. Though my life was in danger, so I couldn't really waste time trying to speculate what that thing was. Back to the matter at hand. For now, the most important thing was understanding and surviving the feast. To pull that off, I needed more info. I still hadn't heard how today's talk had ended. Based on the mood of the place, no one seemed to have died, at least. They died. What? Shocked, I turned around. Who was this? It was a girl I'd never seen before. They died. Yes, they did. They all died. You'll die too, surely. Welcome to Fujiyoshi, you poor man. The girl turned and ran, her skirt swaying from behind her. Wait, hold up. Mochi. Whoa! How did you know, Poop Man? Who are you calling Poop Man? And, well, your clothes surprised me, sure, but you should work on your acting skills. Hey, this isn't a costume or anything. Huh? What, you're saying you wear that normally? Yep, I'm super poor, so the school uniform was the only thing I could wear, but Taba never stopped complaining about that. That's why I borrow Haru-chan's old clothes. They're cute, aren't they? Well, they are, but you are a guy, right? If I didn't already, I'd have assumed he was a girl. Yep, I have one. You can check when we're pissing together. Okay, I'm not gonna make a statement there. I didn't want to see it at all. Are you uncomfortable with your gender or something? What? No, I'm a guy. Then why? There's no reason. This is just the way I am. The way you are. I'm an eccentric. There's something wrong with my head, so it's hard for me to get along with normal people. But I also can't just do whatever I please, so I end up being a bit weird. So, this is simply your nature? Yeah. Well, speaking of nature, if it wasn't cold, I wouldn't mind going around naked. So basically, this is a guy with a unique sense of, well, everything. Well, unless he found something that really clicked, he'd have a hard time living anywhere, even in the city. You have my sympathies. Hey, Yasumizu's actually pretty easy to live in. You should move here, Poop Man. What does that have to do with anything? Well, living in the city is hard, ain't it? Nope. It's way more convenient than here. Really? I thought you escaped because something bad happened. Well, I can't deny that. You're a weirdo too, right? That one I can deny. Wait, really? I thought we were birds of a feather. Right, old man? Whoa! There was a weird old guy in the bushes. I think Poop Man's a real weirdo. I know, right? That's what Poop Man is. Poop Man! Please don't spread that name. I don't give a damn if you use Fusachi or Haruaki, but just stop calling me that. Hassan? Hassan! Did I look like a Middle Easterner? What the? Okay. I was mildly bothered by Accentuation too, but he was probably avoiding using nicknames that were similar to Haru-chan's name. Well, whatever. That works. Poop Man became Hassan! I was never Poop Man to begin with. You're close to the old man? We're fellow crazies! Well, the old man seemed to be enjoying it. Join us, Hassan. When the mist's clear, we can go steal chickens from Kami Fujiyoshi. Why would I do something like that? What are you, Kappas? Well, why did he like me that much? Well, that might have been a good thing. He seemed to be a bit more unique than the other two students. By the way, why aren't you with the other students today? Well, Haru-chan was angry, so I felt it wasn't going to be fun with her. Why was she angry? Haru-chan likes Yasun. Oh? So, she doesn't like that Yasun seems happy about Chiani coming back. I see. So why was she mad at me? Haru-chan actually wants Yasun and Chiani to get together. Well, I sure didn't expect to hear something like that. Yeah, me neither. I thought she had a thing. He just said that she had a thing for Yasunaga, but okay. So she's helping the target of her unrequited love get his sweetheart? Yep. That's why you barging in and getting along with Chiani messed things up for her. So basically, I accidentally entered a love triangle. Does Shiemi-chan know any of this? Pretty sure she does, but she doesn't do anything about it. He has a snowball's chance in hell. Man, this kid was harsh. So yeah, good on you, Hassan. Shiani is yours. Is she now? And wait, are you okay with this? Why are you asking? Well, I haven't been here for long, but from what I've seen, you're wild with most people, but kind of gallant around Haru-chan. Well, you're probably right. She's a childhood friend and a bit of an airhead, so I do worry about her. That's all. That's unexpected. You seem like the type to mess with such people. I'd mess around with you to the very end. I owe a lot to Yasun, and Haru-chan is an unfortunate girl. You know what? Asking too much at once isn't good, so I'll have you tell me more sometime later, okay? Oh, I already said too much. Hassan, what kind of magic did you use on me? He was the one who's gone blabbing on his own. Oh, by the way, you said that someone died. Did they? Well, I know the journalist did. Yasumizu's people are still alive, but they're all as good as dead. Why do you think that? Who knows? I'm not good at reasons, but, well, when Takumini said he was a snake, I had a bad feeling come over me. Oh, I felt like I could hear the wolves laughing. Maybe that means that Mochi has one of the Guardian's powers. Wait, what did you just say? I could hear the wolves laughing. Before that. When Takumini said he was a snake? Oh, that's right. We don't know that. I mean, we as a player do, but not Haruaki. Takumi-san is a snake? That's what he said. I got some urgent business. Mochi, old man, see you both. Huh? The wolf is coming. You knew? Shit. I didn't have the time nor the connections. Muro-san. Huh? What? That was my line. Why was he farming at a time like this? Thank you for the key. Don't mention it. But don't walk around by yourself. Everyone's on edge as it is. About that. Do you know how many humans and wolves can kill per night? Shimi went and told you about it, huh? I insisted on it. In fact, you had to have seen that coming when you sent her to meet me. The info I have is still limited, but I'm a bit worried. Sorry to bother you, but can you tell me more? Sorry won't cut it. It's a huge bother. I don't waste any time on this dumb shit. I have a farmer to care for. I thought you and Shimi would understand, but you're serious about this too, huh? Well, he didn't really seem at all bothered by all this, but 2 people already died. What of it? Oh man, calm down. Huh? Listen, people die all the time, and I'm always stuck cleaning it up. What? What was he talking about? Did you see the aftermath of the landslide uphill? It's been like that ever since Nosato got to work on the place 8 years ago and it collapsed. They were too freaked out to even clean it up. I ended up digging out the workers' corpses and burying them. I had no idea that was such a big deal. Then there's the idiots from the city coming here from just to hang themselves or getting eaten by wild beasts. Me and the old man always had to deal with the mess. It's not rare for Saranaga to bring us corpses either. I don't know if they're mountain fishes or something, but it's dangerous upstream, damn it! And yet no one cares. I pick them, give them all nameless graves, and leave it at that. Beasts, corpses, you never know what you'll find in the mountains, kid. But this time it was in the village. Yeah, I was wondering about that too. I never heard of Asian black bears eating humans, so maybe we got a pack of actual wolves here. You're saying this is done by beasts. And you're saying this is done by humans? What of it? We just had to create a night patrol? We just had to create a night patrol. Why the hell do we have to kill each other? This person was hard to read. There was no denying he had a good head on his shoulders. He was reasonable and skeptical about the unknown. On the other hand, there were some things he put even above rationality. It felt like something you could call Yasumizu's rules, or better yet, fellowship. He looked at the situation from the perspective of, I gotta protect Yasumizu. He did whatever he could within these constraints, but he was in denial about the existence of enemies originating from within Yasumizu. To him, the situation was just a common case of some outsiders died, so what? Or maybe that was what he really wanted to think. That made the situation very bad. But I, being an outsider, couldn't say that. Well, that's true. Like you say, there's something wrong with anyone believing such superstition. He looked displeased. What was I supposed to do? But I'm curious about what I asked first. Did the legends say that everyone dies the first night, or what? I need to know how to feel about this. Oh, that won't happen. Wolves only kill one person each night. Really? But why? What does the legend have to say about it? What did Bachan say again? No one goes against the walls of the mountain, not even the Yomatsu Okama-sama. Yomatsu Okami? Wolves that return from Yomi, apparently. Huh? Weird. I felt like I've heard that term before. Still, wasn't it weird the laws applied to the wolves too? They were on the Yamabito side, as in those opposing the mountain. And I was pretty sure the law of the mountain said that only one person could be killed per day. Lynching one during the day was the limit, and killing more than one person per night was against the rules. Both would make you the target of the corruption. It didn't make much sense to me, but at least I found out that the wolves, too, could only kill one person per night. Sorry for bothering you with the weird questions. I'll get out of your way. Alright. By the way, if you need an extra pair of hands, just ask. I won't meddle any further than I have to, but you're letting me stay here, so the least I can do is earn my keep. Yeah, sure. His last reply was half-hearted, but at least I got a bit of the rules I was missing. When I came back to the dining hall, I found the students, Shiemi and Yoshisugu-kun, Yosanaga's little brother. Miko had left. It's Poop Man! I mean Hassan! Poop Man? What? The name still got a chance to spread. That aside, I had to find out what happened at today's feast. Recalling what Mochi told me about this made this kind of hard. Sorry, can I borrow Shiemi-san? Wow, I sure am popular these days. Why, you can't just take a hint, can you? Haru-chan, let's just help Mom. You can say something too. It's probably something complicated. I'll be the one who breaks the plates. Haru-chan, you be the one who holds them back. Huh? Hey, what's going on? Sorry about the commotion. What did you tell Yosanaga-kun? We talked about today's feast. Things aren't looking good. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. Chikamochi-kun told me that Takumi-san revealed he's a snake. He did. Are there any other snakes? Others? No, there's only one snake. The mountain gave 4 kinds of guardians. The snake could ask the mountain whether one of the participants was a wolf or not. The monkey was only one of which there were 2. They had the power to know who the other monkey was. So basically, those 2 were guaranteed not to be the wolves, basically. At least I think that's how it goes. It's kind of the same thing with the guardian angel and, no. Oh, crap. How the hell is it in Genosha? I mean, I forgot what they labeled them, but there was 2 people that basically like, stayed awake or like, went on the ship before everyone else, so you knew that those 2 people could not be bad, but I forgot. The crow could determine whether a person who was lynched the previous day was a wolf or not, like an engineer. And the spider could ask God to protect one of the other participants from the wolves' attacks, like the guardian angel. Honestly, if this so-called God really had that power, I'd complain to him that he should protect everyone. As far as I knew, everyone who didn't have a guardian was either a powerless human or a wolf. The humans could kill a person during the day, while the wolves could kill a person during the night. It was a battle for survival. The humans had to do everything to find and kill the wolves. If they couldn't find a single wolf during the feast, the whole event was completely meaningless. The wolves were simply crushed into the settlement. If you ignore the fact that it's murder, the fact that you didn't choose a wolf suspect today is pretty bad. It's a day wasted, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I told Yasukun. Then there's the fact that the snake outed himself. It's pretty bad. She understood it well. We couldn't expect the help of the police for getting a forensic investigation, not to mention we were up against supernatural monsters. As things were, the snake's power was the only way to find out who was a wolf or not. In other words, losing the snake would mean losing their most powerful weapon against the wolves. But he should be fine for today. The spider will protect Takumi-ni-chan. Huh? Wait, hold on. We also know the spider? No, Yasukun suggested that whoever it is keep it a secret so that the wolves don't find out. Sharp. Kanzo-ji-chan agreed and we went with that. Seems like the right move. It does. We probably should have done the same with the snake. They really should have. It was best to secretly gather info without revealing their guardians. Especially for the snake. He should have kept quiet and used his power to find out as much as reasonably possible before revealing himself. I knew it was difficult to figure out why, but the fact that the snake, the most important role, was the first to be outed was really bad. From my perspective, Takumi-san had been so focused on protecting Yasumizu himself that he'd made a terrible mistake. He appeared calm, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he'd realized this and was actually pretty shaken. What do you think will happen? She asked like she already knew the answer. Well, the spider was told to protect Takumi-san. The wolves obviously heard that. If they try to go for him, the spider will stop them, right? No idea how, though. Yeah, and with that, they'd lose one day's worth of murders. Shiimi's seen the process as a logic game as well. If I were a wolf, I'd ignore Takumi-san and just go for someone else. You think so too? Who do you think they'll go for? I don't know. I have no idea what the wolves are what the wolves are prioritizing. If they prefer the blood of women and children, they probably go for the younger people. Scary. Don't worry. You're not the youngest girl here. I'll kill ya. It's fine. You're still the prettiest. I'll forgive ya. Though, that still sounds pretty bad. Who knows what they'll do before killing me? I'm sure there are plenty of things they could conceive. Apparently, there's another layer to the worst possible scenario. If they're not killing based on their preferences, then they'll kill someone whose death would shake the villagers. That'd be someone influential or a player who's invaluable to the humans. That'd be Kanzo-ji-chan or Yasukun. That seemed likely. Yosanaka-kun was the only one who'd done something helpful for the villagers this time. He seemed to be the leader of the high schoolers and had a good head on his shoulders. But his ideals required Kanzo Makishima Shi's approval, which made it pretty clear he was a standout. Honestly, I expected him to take more initiative than he had, but the fact he considered younger people's opinions showed real leadership skills. In any case, he wasn't someone the humans wanted to lose. Oh yeah. Did you decide who Takumi-san will investigate? Yeah, it's Kiyonosuke-san. Huh? What's up with that choice? What do you mean? He asked for it, and we wanted to prioritize those who were the least popular. It'd make them safer. I wasn't so sure about that choice. Those who were confirmed as non-wolves would have much more freedom to act. At the very least, they wouldn't be suspected as wolves who were just trying to exploit the situation during the feast. That being the case, shouldn't they have opted to choose a potential leader to investigate? Well, I didn't really know if Kiyonosuke Satoshi had the skills, but from what I could tell, he definitely lacked the influence to lead. If they wanted to secure a reliable leader, they should have went for someone like Kanzo Mikashima-shi. Oh, but wait. If the snake's target is killed by the wolves, the snake's power will be wasted, right? The dead can be investigated by the crow, after all. No. Those killed at night are chosen by the wolves, so they're obviously humans. The crow can only investigate those chosen and killed during the daily feasts. Oh, I see. Makes sense. Well, yeah, okay, that does make sense. That's pure logic. Well, whatever the case, perhaps investigating Kiyonosuke-shi wasn't that much of a mistake. Did that mean that they were actually doing a decent job? Well, it'd be pretty bad if Kanzo-shi was the one to go. She and me looked gloomy. She and I probably felt that it wasn't a complete blunder, but still had a bad feeling about it. During the feast, everyone had to lock themselves somewhere all alone every sunset. It was called sheltering. Well, I could understand it, considering the legends, but I still wondered why the students didn't go to school. It was a weekday. When I'd asked, they just told me, why would we leave when it's so dangerous? The idea that they couldn't even leave when the mist was here was so popular, it affected their daily lives. Also, the people at Kamafujiyoshi had to know that Yasumizu was covered in mist, right? Considering the school that probably had a few students to begin with, the not-presence of the 3 from Yasumizu would normally be a serious problem. I knew it was a settlement for the ostracized, but did they really neglect this place that badly? Looking at it from that angle, it was safe to assume that the local villages, Kamafujiyoshi included, actually concealed the feast of the Yomi Purge. I thought about that and similar things in room 203 of the student dorm, the place I was given. Shimi had given me some cup ramen and hot water. We chatted for a moment about being neighbors for a while, and then she returned to her room. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I was getting a call. Alright. Weird we could be so casual about this, considering there was a chance we wouldn't meet again tomorrow. After dinner, I took a bath. The gas boiler was pretty damn old, so learning how to use it took a while. There were some working electrical outlets too, so I could charge my phone. I didn't have a wristwatch, so that was important. By the way, my room didn't have a kitchen. I was pretty sure the other rooms didn't either. From what I could tell, no one here actually cooked or ate at their own homes. They all relied on the dining hall to provide their meals. Which is just weird. The settlement had not only a unique culture, but a way of life as well. I couldn't help but wonder how something like this began and survived into the modern era. It was an interesting subject to research, but for now, I had to worry about the fact that my life was in danger. Anyway, what were my options now? I wasn't part of the feast, but walking around at night was probably dangerous regardless. After all, I had memories of getting killed doing exactly that. From a logical standpoint, that was probably just a dream, but it had quality to it that made it hard to believe it was. I had to be careful until I was certain. Then again, I had a record for surviving just by not making any noise at night. Maybe I should have stayed awake and looked around? Also, Takumi-san had said that they were going to have someone keep watch at night, didn't he? Was he going to do it himself? Considering the snake's importance, he shouldn't do something so dangerous. Shit! They barely decided anything in the feast. I wasn't getting enough info either. I felt like I barely knew the basics. Talking during the feast meant giving info to the wolves, but if the humans kept too many things hidden, the wolves would end up knowing way more than them, and that was just dangerous. Still, there was a limit to what I could do in my situation. If I kept being the messenger I was today, I could create a huge imbalance of info myself. Not to mention I could be deemed suspicious and lose the residents' trust. Shit. What was I supposed to do here? Was it best for me to just stay quiet and wait for the feast to end? That wasn't like me at all. There was a mail slot on the door. I opened it up and looked outside. Everything was still covered in mist, so I couldn't see much. I could only see the handrail and the branches going in the hallway. But maybe I could see some intruder if I kept staring? Not likely. After all, this was the room at the end of the second floor. Haru-chan's and Shimi's rooms were closer to the stairs, so I couldn't see anyone going to attack them. The only time I could see the monster come would be if they was coming for me. Maybe keeping watch like this was the most important thing if I wanted to stay alive, but I found it hard to put my own life on the priority list. For some reason, I felt like if I died, I'd just go back to the starting point. Yeah, I better not think it like that. Anyway, I had to stay awake. I still had many things to worry and think about. Oh, it's a new day. So, does that mean something must have happened then, right? Oh, man. What time am I at? Crap. Yeah, I'm looking at the time here, guys, and this is kind of a good point to stop at because, I mean, sure, it's not a full hour, but I feel if I continue, then I'm just going to stop at a really random-ass point and it's just going to be blah. So this keeps it a little suspenseful. Like, what happened? I don't know. And taking a look at the the chart here, because, yeah, we definitely stayed now. Oh, I love how this is from bad to worse. That's great. It can only mean good things, right, guys? But either way, next time we will continue this day. Because I don't know if it's the next morning or if it's like midnight. If something happened during the night. I don't know. But we're going to see what the hell has just happened. And take things from there. So, as usual, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all next time for Let's Play Raging Loop. Love you all so much. Have a great day.